What's up, guys? Coach Vass here. Thank you for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats. Appreciate you guys coming in and listening to me ramble about these workouts. As always, if you're brand new, thank you so much for being here. If you find value in these videos, please let me know. Information is in description to support me. We're going to break down Tuesday, March 4th. This will also repeat on Friday, March 21st. We're going to see strength on the treads, on the rowers, power on the weight floor. You will need the benches out for today's workout, so just be aware of that. We'll talk about key concepts, the 2G, the 3G, and then that'll be it. So on the treads, we're going to see 4 blocks. Blocks 1, 2, and 3, we want to maintain your push as incline goes up. In block 4, maintain the all out as the incline goes down. On the rower, it's 1 row block where we build your intensity over a certain number of strokes. On the floor, it's 2 exercises paired together. The first one is with weight, the second one adds power. So looking at the tread side, blocks 1, 2, and 3, they're all 5.5 minutes, and they are the exact same thing in terms of durations and intervals. So you're gonna see a 30-second push and a 45-second base. You're gonna have a total of 4 rounds of that, and then a flat road all out to finish the block. There is 75 seconds to recover before they move to the next block. Now the format, the push is a uphill push and then a flat road base. In block 1, we're gonna start at 3% for the push, and then every push after goes up by 1. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 in block 1. Power walkers, they're gonna do 6, 7, 8, and 9. Block 2, we start 1% lower. So 2, 3, 4, 5 for the joggers and runners. Power walkers, we're gonna do 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the third block of this format, they start flat road. So 1% incline, and then 2, 3, and 4. And then on the power walker side, they'll start at 4%, and then 5, 6, 7, and then the all out. Now, the big thing here is each block treated as its own thing. So whatever they do for that first push in block 1, that's what they repeat through block 1. When they move to block 2, that push speed at this new incline might be different. Totally fine. And then block 3, same thing, new push, could be different, could be the same, but maintain that new push through block 3, okay? For bikes and striders, they're just gonna alternate between a push and base gear. So I would go, knowing that it's only 30 seconds, maybe 4 or 5 gears over base, rather than just 3, especially with having 45 seconds of recovery after each round. So I would be a little bit more aggressive for the people on the bikes and striders. Now, block 4, this is where we flip the script. The first all out is the most difficult. It's a 30-second all out at a 4% incline. And then every round the incline will drop by 1 until it gets to flat road. There's only 30 seconds to recover after each one. And for the power walkers, they are going to start whatever they want to do for their all out, but they want to drop the incline as well. So if they start at 10, 9, 8, 7, so that's an opportunity to increase speed, or have them start higher and maintain their speed still. There's many different ways to spin it for the power walkers. You could even have them maintain that 10% every single time, kind of up to you. Excuse me. That block's only 3.5 minutes, 4 rounds of those all outs. Now, looking at the weight floor side, 19-minute block to start, and then 75 seconds to transition to the second block, which is 3.5 minutes. So block 1, we're gonna see 2 movements done back to back, load and explode, rest, 2 rounds, okay? In total, there are 4 of these sets. So the first one, we're gonna see step down toe tap. They have 8 per side, followed by a speed skater. The second one is the bench bird dog low row, 8 on each side, followed by an explosive tempo dumbbell low row. Obviously, if holding that hinge position bothers anyone's back, they could do a strap low row as a great alternative, but make sure that they don't lose the tension on the strap as they drive up quickly. Third one is going to be a bench single leg bridge. The foot is on the bench, so their shoulders are on the ground. They'll have 8 on each side, paired up with the hip hinge swing. If people are not comfortable doing a swing, they could do a tempo deadlift, so slow on the way down, 2 counts, 1 quick count up. And then the final back-to-back This one's gonna be very confusing for people because they're gonna rotate different ways for both of these. So the first one, single dumbbell pivot to single arm neutral grip shoulder press. So start here, they'll rotate, and then that same side will press up. They'll do all 8 on one, do 8 on the other. And then the second movement, it's the alternating neutral grip push press with rotation. So this is the one where they are going to rotate, but press with the opposite hand, and then dip, and then drive. So on the first one, whichever direction they turn, that's the hand that goes up. On the second one, it's the opposite. So they have to use a couple brain cells, which I don't know about your members, but some of mine, I question how they're still alive sometimes. Yeah. Good luck. You got this. I trust you. Anyways, once they finish 2 rounds of that, they'll repeat all the movements as one big block. 8 movements is quite a bit. If they are really explosive, taking long breaks, they'll probably get through that last load and explode back-to-back sequence, and they might not get to that bonus, and that's fine. Now, the rower, this is done over at the rower for the second block. So obviously after they finish block 1, wipe everything down, head to the rower. Personally, I wouldn't even have them wipe anything down because that's going to eat up time of the transition and you explaining what's going on. So just have them stop what they're doing, go to the rower, get them moving. 10 strokes. They start with 5 at a push, 5 at an all out, rack the handle, rest as long as they need, as long as they want. They'll clear out the screen and then repeat and then try to match or beat their row distance. This is one where they could coach a couple different ways. You could do stroke rate based. So for their 5 stroke at a push, maybe 24 to 26. And then for the 5 at the all out, maybe 26 to 28. So a little bit quicker tempo, incorporating momentum. Or you could have them maintain their stroke rate and adjust their leg drive. 6 out of 10 for the first 5, and then 8+ out of 10 for the back 5. Either way, with 10 strokes, I mean, hopefully they're getting at least 120 meters with carryover, and they'll just repeat that. They'll probably get 3 attempts in, and then they have a 30-second all out for their finisher. So there you go. 3G, treads, 3 blocks, rower, weight floor, 1 long block. On the tread side, we're gonna see 2 4-minute blocks, 90-second recovery between them, and then a 3-minute and 30-second block for the third one. This is gonna be set up very similar to the 2G. So it is 3 uphill pushes, 45 seconds each, followed by a flat road effort of 45 seconds for the first 2. And then after the third push, it is a very quick 15-second all out, okay? In blocks 1 and 2, we are trying to have them establish the push just like before and maintain as the incline goes up, and then lower the base as needed, all right? 3, 4, 5 for the joggers and runners, 5, 6, 7 for the power walkers in block 1, 15-second all out at the very end. Block 2, they start 1% lower, so 2, 3, 4, and then power walkers, it's gonna be 4, 5, and 6, okay? And then on the third and final block, it's actually the same thing as the 2G, so 4, 3, 2, flat road for those uphill all outs, 30 seconds apiece. Now the rower is gonna be very different here. So the idea is the same, but much longer rows. So they're gonna have a total of 3 different parts. When they complete the first part, then they have a med ball exercise circuit. 2 movements, just 1 round. They move to the next part, 2 rounds in part 2. They do 1 round of the med ball work. Then they go to part 3 for 2 rounds, med ball work, and then they get back on the rower and row until the finisher. So part 1, 30 stroke build, and it's split up in half. So 15 at a push, 15 at an all out, rack, rest, do it again. Can they match or beat their distance? Part 2 is 20 strokes, so 10 and 10, and then part 3 is the 10 stroke build like in the 2G, so 5 and 5. Circuit for the med ball, very simple. You have a split squat hold with tricep extension, so they'll drop down into that deep reverse lunge position, just keep the knee elevated off the floor, bicep by the ear, 10 reps of the tricep extension, switch your legs, then another 10. And that's gonna be paired up with a squat to front press. So med ball's here, squat down and up. When they're fully upright, med ball goes out and back. Now 10 reps. Weight floor. It is just 3 of the 4 pairs from the 2G. So we'll see bench bird dog low row and dumbbell low row. We'll see step down toe tap, speed skater, and then the pivot shoulder press, and then the alternating push press. So they are removing the bridge and the hip hinge swing pair for the 3G. Their finisher is any of the 3 power focused movements. So low row, speed skater, or a regular neutral grip push press. So that nice thing about that finisher is there's no rotation. So keep it simple, just dip and drive for 30 seconds. That's it. As always, any feedback, let me know. Otherwise, you guys got this. Coach it down.